Hello and welcome back to my garage here in Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. So I've got some cars here to briefly show off before we get rid of them. I bought a couple of these last time, you may recall. This here is the Skyline R34. Is it R34? Yeah, R34. Skyline GTR. I think this is actually the Skyline that you couldn't actually import to the US. I think it was Japan only, which is why you see this with the right-hand steering wheel. I think it might be possible to import them now because it's been so long. Import them as a classic car, something to that effect. Not really sure. I'd have to look it up. It's been a long time since I read the details on these. But this car, this yellow is the color that it is the factory color. And I think it looks pretty good, so I left it alone. This is a fairly easy build, and as a mod, it's put together nicely. It goes together well. It looks good. Pretty pleased with it. I have one in my collection already, which is in fact the first car that I kept as a collector car. So this one is about 90,000. Yeah, 90,000. That's not too bad. It's a nice, nostalgic kind of car to work on. These ones I want to move real quick. And I misjudged the blue one. This one here is they're both 911 Carrera 4. 911 Carrera. You know what? The other one isn't. This one is the DLC car, and it's the DLC cars, like the in-game cars, are very well polished, put together perfectly, look great. It's a good deal. Got nice car. This one is a mod. This is the 911 Carrera S, and the difference is this one is all-wheel drive. That's why the 4S is there. 911 Carrera 4S. This car is all-wheel drive. This car is not. And this one is a mod. It looks very similar to the other one. It's only subtly different, like in the rear, and it has the roof is this color naturally. It's not a livery. This blue, I think, is not the factory color. The blue is the color it came with. The factory color was black, and black just blacked this out. You couldn't even see that there was a difference. The rear end looks different. It's got a third brake light here in the middle of this louver. It calls it the trunk, and this one doesn't have that. The biggest difference between these two, of course, is that the 4S is significantly more valuable, close to $500,000, $476,000 for that car. Okay, let's see if there's anything here. So that's a Plymouth Fury, I think. Christine. Might be worth looking at. This is the first time I've seen this one. Usually I find the Plymouth Fury stock. And this, I think, is this is a modded 911 GT2. It's not a bad one. I think it works out to be roughly the same value as the 911 Turbo, because it builds. It's a 911 Turbo with some additional body bits attached to it. Let's see. Pardon me. Let's see if there's anything different here. That looks like a Salem? No. This is that Mercedes 500E. Ever since the Mercedes DLC came out, it seems like all I ever see are the boring ones. You never see the Gullwing You never see the Gullwing ones. There's only 3 cars in this Junkyard. This really kind of sucks. I am inclined to go ahead and buy both of these cars over here. Yeah, I'm gonna buy. I think I'm gonna do the Fury because I want to see what this one looks like. And I'm gonna buy the Porsche because it's a Porsche and I can't leave it behind. Okay, cool. Let's get out of here. Okay. My throat is really scratchy tonight for some reason. I don't know why. This car looks like it's been on fire. And if it's Christine, we should probably be really careful with it. Kind of reminds me of that Delta 88 that had the parts that were... Oh, what's his name? The director. God, I'm blanking on it. The dude who directed Evil Dead. This has a Hemi in it, too. Which is appropriate, because it is a Plymouth. We put this body together is going to be all kinds of fun. Let's see here. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's what that is. It's got the first sale sign, so it wanted those. Window front to bench moon leather. I don't think that specified which one it was. Was it, I saw bench moon leather. I didn't see a number. Bench moon leather 1. Okay. Look at that. That's like gonna be kind of freaky, I think. And this is one of those ones that looks like the interior front end B, I think, is going to be all of that stuff. Yeah, see, that's how they've done. I need to get inside. I see why they've done that. Because otherwise you wouldn't be able to get into the car. It needs to have a seat. So that's what else? Front left door B. Where was that? I can't even remember. It was probably Maine. Rear bumper B, left and right tail light B. Okay, so trunk B. Where's the rear? Let's just keep narrowing it down, I guess. Trunk B. Bet I could repair some of this stuff, but I don't think I'm going to. Just get new stuff. Except for those things. Maybe I'll repair those. So the rear window is going to be the back seat. And it's just rear window. Rear fender's B. There it is. And there's only one body window and one headlight, one mirror. So that should be a lot of that stuff. Yeah, see, this is like the junkyard. This is like the car in the junkyard. Oh, I hate it when I do that. I can't see it. Left and right fender B, front bumper B. No, I didn't. Front bumper B. I put the front end B on. Left door B, left window. Left fender B, right door B. That should be... It's probably hood B as well. Okay, engine cover, hood B, steering wheel cape. So the car is I guess the car is supposed to, yeah, see, look, it's beat up. And it's supposed to be like, but it's it's going to be like 100% even though it's got the look of being beat up. Hit the wrong thing there. Didn't mean to do that. Want to move you to lifter A. Interior condition was already at 100%, so I don't need to do that. Should probably go, is there a, there's got to be, yeah, there'll be a factory color. We'll go with that. Battery is probably done already. And I think if this is supposed to be Christine, I shouldn't actually do the whole thing tricked out with performance parts. So this will be this will be a weird one for me. So for a second I thought it had catalytic converters, which would be all wrong. Okay, let's paint it and see what it looks like. It should be dingy, I would think. So we don't want to go metallic. We'll stick with the factory color and matte. Yeah, that I think will be appropriate. Yeah, that actually worked. That actually looks pretty good. I mean, that actually looks pretty good. I can't talk today. That actually looks really good. I'm kind of pleased with it. I'm actually really pleased with it. Even if the car, I mean, the car is meant to look dingy and beat up. These fenders don't seem right. They're not like, something isn't matching up here. But it's the right fender because it had this diamond when it was in the silhouette. So I'm just gonna run with it, I guess. realistically, thinking about it, I'm kind of turning this over in my mind, that if this is supposed to be the car for sale, that the pieces shouldn't be all completely, I mean, if it was 100% mechanically, and the body didn't look, looks beat up, mechanically it should still be, rusty and beat up as well. That really kind of defeats the whole purpose of what we're trying to do here. And I won't do the whole performance build on it. I'll just keep it stock in this one case. But it almost feels like, and though the parts are too badly damaged, though, if I had a bunch of like 70-80% parts, which I don't, because I mean, I automatically throw everything out pretty much just as quick as I can. I never keep junky stuff around. I almost feel like that would be more appropriate thematically for this car. I could probably, I mean, if I went and bought some cars and stripped a whole bunch of parts out and went through them and tried to repair things, but that seems like an awful lot of trouble. It seems like a lot more trouble than I would be willing to go to. So I think I will go ahead and we'll call it like think of it as like, well, I mean, it's obviously not the original movie car, and it's not any kind of fictional vehicle. We could say that it is a replica made to look like the movie car, but that it is mechanically in good condition so that you could drive it if you wanted to. Like building yourself a replica DeLorean time machine. And I have the DeLorean mod too, which supposedly has the time machine as a one of the options, but I have never seen it. I don't know if it's only found like in the salon or what, but I've only ever seen the stock DeLorean, and then there's a carbon fiber black DeLorean that has a Pagani V12 engine in it. The only other movie car I've ever built was it was one of those Delta 88s, and it was the Evil Dead car. It had a double-barreled shotgun in the trunk, and the Book of the Dead was in the trunk, and it was like, I'm happy to get rid of that thing. Okay, let's 11%, 29, 28. I'm going to separate these and I'm going to try to repair the rims. I'm not going to paint them either. I did another one of these. The first Fury that I picked up was I think it just said Fury stock, like white roof, something like that. I don't recall. And it used these basic rims with a huge white wall, and I switched it for the spoked rim. I think it's like Retro 12 or Retro 13, and I chromed it out, and it looked beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. And if this car wasn't like meant to be, if I wasn't doing something here that was meant to look like a movie prop, I would do that. I didn't look at what the sway bar was. Gearbox, I'll need these pieces. And actually, I'll just delete, I'll just whack that stuff. Oh, disc brakes. Remember to buy disc brake stuff. Not disc brake. I even was looking at it, and I knew it was drum, and I said disc. I swear. Get senile more and more every day. That should be 12 of those. Those were all sway bar B. That's the one thing that catches me out all the time. Gearbox, I think I didn't buy transmission. That's 7%. I'm not going to get that back. OHVF. $1,800 for that. Shock absorber B, need to get rid of those. There were hub bearings and hub caps. No, don't sell that. That's brand new. Okay, these other things are potentially repairable. We'll try to get those back. That rear drive axle is 8%. Let's look at the tires. Okay, those are all 215, 70-15. $1,100 for 4 tires. That's like I usually buy the race tires, and that would be like $4,000 for 4 tires of that size. Of course, these are going to be huge. 70 profile is gigantic. Okay, what's left? I think we're down to just the potentially repairable stuff now. The last thing I did is failed to repair. I saw that. Not sure what it was. It went by too quick. I know I need these. Okay. Looks like I repaired a bunch of stuff. Didn't get that leaf spring axle. I didn't think I would. So axle, plate, and U-bolt, and a spring. Like half of the leaf spring. Like half the leaf spring stuff we didn't get back. One rim. Let's see. Axle, spring, plate, U-bolt, front axle, knuckle cover, drive shaft. Actually, this is under gearbox. It's easy. Almost forgot. And then there was a rear knuckle. Was it B or was it D? I think it was... No, it was B. And I need a solid drive axle. And did I buy that? Not even sure if I bought it. I did. Okay, so all I need now is that rim. Rim basic 115. Alright, so all of our chassis and running gear stuff were ready to go. That great big white wall. I always like how, I mean, you look at this rim, you can see that it's solid, right, in between the lug nut holes. But when you look at it over there on the balancer, you can see that the spindle is just jammed right through the center of the hub. So it's like it punches a hole in it to stick it on there. That should be all the tires. Let's go and get started. I think there's still 2 more tires to balance. Well, okay. Doesn't look. I mean, it doesn't look as sharp as I like cars to look, but I mean, it's definitely going to be clean. And it just occurred to me, too, that this is kind of thematically appropriate since we're approaching Halloween to be doing Christine right now. Okay, looking good. Of course, looking at this now, I would really like to do one of these cars and do it up really nice. Because this is going to be kind of dull. Okay. Well, she looks a hell of a lot better than she did when she came in. I think what I'll do here with the engine is ordinarily with this engine it would get all new headers and all new heads and manifolds and everything, and so we won't have to replace as much because we're not doing the performance build. So we might get lucky and be able to repair these engine heads and use them again. Same thing with the alternator and the power steering pump. Might get to use all that stuff again. We'll have to replace the belts and the spark plugs and the rings and all that stuff. But this one should actually be... I mean, it should... Hopefully, we shouldn't hopefully have to buy as much stuff as we normally do building out one of these engines for the full performance build, since we're just going for the stock build on this one. What is in here? Two crankshaft caps. I don't see any of the piston. Looks like none of the connecting rods are bolted on, so they'll just all come out. And I would like, it amuses me sometimes to imagine that there would be an animation of those pistons and rings just falling straight into a trash can when you take them out, because we don't use them again. Whoa, for a second there I almost thought I almost sold something there I shouldn't have. It would have been rather infuriating. We're going to need to get a full set of push rods, because all these need to go. Need 16 of these. And then the rocker arm is, fortunately, this one. And V8. We'll need the belts. And we'll need the pulleys. Let's see, V8 pulley and a water pump pulley. This one is kind of tricky because it actually it uses the yellow V8 oil filter instead of the black OHV oil filter, and there's no oil pan, so I'll buy one. Connecting rod caps because it doesn't have any of those. There was 2 of these bearing caps, so we don't know if we'll be able to use them again. Fuel filter, and that should get us. Probably be able to repair that. That'll be good. Get rid of this and this. The arms are not repairable, so we'll have to get rid of that. V8 OHVC. Timing chain F. There was something that I was just looking at and I forgot it already. Oh, the arm. There was no power steering pump either. I know this one uses power steering pump F. Let's go ahead and buy that now. So that's... The rest of this stuff is potentially repairable, but One of those things was only 1%, a single digit percentage, so I know we're not going to get that back. Oh, didn't get the alternator. That's too bad. Intake manifold H, camshaft C. Oops. I know I need these head covers. I know I'm gonna need the what the hell's the word I want? Carburetors. And I'm pretty sure it is, yep, it's A and B. Don't have everything, but we should be a long way towards getting going. Didn't buy the ignition stuff. Gonna need ignition wires, V8H clips. You have no idea how much this hurts me to build this engine without performance parts. Oh, this is killing me. What the hell? Oh, I must have bought clip A. And I'm gonna need like radiator fan B, I think. Yep. One of these days I will remember that. Guess I did repair both of the. There were two crankshaft caps on the engine, and I was able to repair both of them. I wish somebody made a mod. I saw it. It wasn't one on the workshop though. It was something that you had to do a bunch of other stuff to install, but it supposedly kept track of everything you spent, with repairs and new parts. How much it actually cost you to build something, as opposed to trying to do it on paper, which I've done a couple of times. I did a running tally once on a car I was building, where every time I bought something, I wrote the price down on a notepad, and that worked. I didn't keep track of the repair costs, so it wasn't 100% accurate. But it worked that time, but it wasn't something that I would do every time, because it was a lot of work. And I need to find that dude's mod again and try to install it and see if I can figure out if it works. Because I would like to know on one of these cars how much money I've actually spent versus how much it cost, and see what kind of actual profit I'm pulling in. I wasn't even paying attention when I bought the cars, these two cars, as to how much that thing was selling for. So I have no idea how much it was. It wasn't a lot, I don't think. It might have been like 50 grand. That's probably a lot. That's probably too much, though. Whoops, I'm gonna have to thread those in there. I always try to put the spark plugs in first before putting on those. I made a mistake. I should have put the spark plugs in first before putting in all the rocker arms, because then the rocker arm assembly goes in on top of it, and you have to kind of thread your way past it to get the spark plugs in. So just makes your life a little bit more difficult than it needs to be. Okay. Oh, it hurts. It hurts to build that way. And I don't think I can even touch the engine under this thing, so I have to take this off again. Need to buy a starter. What the hell is happening? There we go. Alright, that should be, yep, 100%. So, I'm gonna, let's see, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move you over here. And we'll run the dyno. It should end up being like 475, because it's a completely stock build. A 301. Exactly 301. We'll put this over by the door. And this here will be, we'll keep this here for a little while, since it's for sale. $300 or best offer. What's the value in the game here? 91,384. Just a little bit more. But this is set up as a movie prop, and since it's Halloween, we'll go ahead and keep it here for a little while, because it's going to be thematically appropriate for the season. I would really like to find one of these that's the stock model and build it up so that it looks good. Because this is, I mean, it looks fine for what it is, but it could look so much better. Can't touch the seat to sit on it either. Can I reach you? No. Ah well. So I will do up the 911 and sell it. No. Get it out of here. And Christine will sit there for a while, darkening our garage until it's time for that car to go. But that will go ahead and wrap this up for tonight. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope to see you again here for our next Junkyard adventure. I don't know if there are any other... The only other Halloween themed type car that would be appropriate is that Delta 88. If I happen to find the one again that has the Evil Dead stuff in it. But even that's... there aren't a whole lot of evil cars or trucks or anything else. There was like the semi-truck that was in The Duel. That was a billion years ago. Most of you probably don't even know what that movie is. I can't think of any other... I can't think of anything else that would be good for the Halloween type season. And I don't mind playing scary games. I'm not screeching and hollering type. Maybe I'll try to find something I can do over the next week or so. But anyway, where was I at? Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Blah, blah, blah. So, on that note, bye for now.